Alright, y'all, welcome back to another video. It's your boy Deep Rhythm, and we're back with another video. So in this video today, we got a video. This one is also going on Deep Rhythm. Um, and the topic we want to talk about in this video right here is mental work. Okay, mental work. Okay. So now, when we speak on and talk about the aspect of mental work, right? Mental work is your ability to go back within yourself and pull out moments from whether it be your childhood, your teenage years, your younger years, or from whatever years it may have been, and pull from experiences or habits that you learned from those periods of time, and being able to reiterate those in today's time, right? So it's being able to take those things in the past and use them in the present. But the problem is, the hard part about this is you got to be willing to do it and put in the work to be able to reutilize that wisdom and those wisdoms that you've accumulated, throughout your childhood or throughout teenage years or throughout whatever parts of life you acquired that wisdom. And this is mental work. This is why it's called mental work, because this is not something that is just there necessarily. Now you actually have to, like, literally revisit these spaces that you've been in, when you were a child or when you were, at that certain age, and then pick up the knowledge that way. It's not something that is just always there. Like, you have to continually live it and be it throughout your life. So that's why it's called mental work. Um, so yeah, that's the nature. That's what we want to talk about in this video right here. Um, Mental work is something that is, I mean, that I do every day, and I feel like I started doing it every day, and I feel like it's something that should be done every day. Just reiterating and revisiting those the spaces, maybe even traumas, maybe even traumatic spaces, and regaining control of the positives and the systems created within those traumatic spaces, or the systems created, within whatever type of spaces, the good spaces or whatever spaces it may have been, and reiterating those, because problems we face in today's time, sometimes, like, the problems that, I know that I face in today's time, I know I got something for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know there's something, I got something for it. It ain't nothing new. It's something that, it ain't nothing new to me, So, whether it's training, whether it's trying to manifest a business, or whether it's trying to work myself to work an idea, I have wisdom for it. I just have to be able to go back within, one of these spaces, or one of these spaces, and utilize the wisdom that I have accumulated, and I'll be able to do that. And the best part about this is reinforcing my own natural skills. Like, this is reinforcing my own natural, it's reiterating natural skills in me, and the more I reiterate these natural skills that I've accumulated, I don't have to go outside of myself to try to, create something new, or look for something that I already have within me. I'm gonna use what I already have, in the knowledge I've already accumulated. I'm just gonna take the mental work. I'm just gonna do the mental work to actually go back and reiterate those things and reinforce some of these forgotten things, right? And of course, being able to adjust them as well, right? But that's the topic I wanted to talk about in this video right here, specifically, is mental work. You know, it's mental work. So yeah, it's taking the time to do that, because and this clears, this is important because it clears a factor, or a very, a challenge, an environmental challenge. If you're someone who, you know if someone who wants to experience this, just moving into another environment, and the environment being so different to your systems, you know, you falter. Like, that can't happen. That can't happen. So mental work becomes very, very important to be able to reclaim these things, right? It's not to go on with, whatever environment. Like, no, you have to be able to do the mental work and go back and say, okay, I've been in this phase. What have I overcome? And, the wisdom, and start reiterating the wisdom that you've accumulated. And the important thing to understand about the wisdom that you have accumulated, like I said before, is this stuff is not just all at the forefront of your mind and you can just tap into it anytime. No, like, it's called mental work because you have to go back. You actually have to go back and revisit these spaces. Like, you have to go and pick up the basketball again in order to start to remember the little details, and figure out and remember the little tiny details that you wouldn't remember, if you weren't just, playing ball and, anymore, right? Or maybe the little details of another specific outlet because these are hidden gems that you've accumulated through the outlets, and that's where it's at. Like, you forget, like, you may not think you forget things, when you come out of an outlet, right? Like, you may not think because I stopped playing basketball, because I was playing basketball this hard, in this season, that now that I come out of this season, now I just remember everything about basketball. It may feel that way, but in truth, not necessarily. Like, you forget things, and things that you could utilize and that could help you in today's time, or today's challenges, or the current challenges that you face. So that's why mental work is so important. And mental work ain't even mental; it's physical. It's physically going into these different, these outlets, whatever outlets you were doing, and then just, remembering the details, and really going hard in those things, because that's where you gain the wisdom, right? So if that makes sense, that's the nature of this video right here. We're trying to push through with this one. It's been so long since we actually, gave out a message. So I'm struggling right now into really pushing that pushing that through. But yeah, mental work is yeah. So is a very important factor. Um, it's the other thing is, it's something that, you know you really can't get to until, what I'm saying, you really go back in those spaces, and you'll feel a lot better about yourself. And a lot of times we feel like we don't understand what it is we should be doing, and this, that, and that. Look, um, I'm not one to sit around and change my systems too much, and kind of like go along with everybody else or everything else. Um, you know, put generally, to whom can catch it. I mean, but I'm not one to do that. Because yeah, nah. I mean, you know, like, nah. That's just not me. Um, uh, I've been created too much out of my own systems, but I'm trying to. Yeah, that's the most important thing, and it's not even just, big things either. It could be, little things, little details as well that you used to do, like, little details as a child, maybe you used to do. You get crafty as a kid, right? And, you can have little things that you do, sometimes in order to, help you in a specific way. And it's just like, what are these little things, and remembering these little things as well, it's like always reflecting, you know, always reflecting, and being able to do that, right? Because at the end of the day, it seems like all seasons, no, all the seasons of yourself, can be utilized to craft out an ultimate being. You know what I'm saying? So that's the point I'm trying to get at, and I think that creating that ultimate being is what's very crucial to me. And being able to just you know, reinforce that man, reinforce all of these different systems from these different moments of life is what will help me to create me. You know what I'm saying? To be that ultimate, that ultimate being in today's time and be able to run that way. But yeah, that's the nature of this video. That's what we wanted to talk about. Really, it's just mental work, and that's the importance of mental work and what it does, and what we're trying to do is just remember all those spaces. You know what I'm saying? I could use this system I had here for organization. I could use this system in terms for something else. I could use all these different things, and you know put them to work for me in today's time, right? Along with the things that I know now in today's time, all working in unison. So that's gonna conclude this video right here. I ain't gonna ramble on too much longer. I tried the best I could. You know, it's been a minute since I did this. So yeah, y'all. Peace, love. Hopefully y'all can catch that one, and we out.